Hi, welcome to your 20-minute hip focused Vinyasa yoga practice. This practice is more suited towards intermediate level practitioners. I invite you to start on a yoga mat or a soft surface. And all you need is maybe a blanket to help support your knees if you have sensitive knees like myself. So let's go ahead and get started first in a child's pose. Placing the blanket underneath your knees if you like that support. Taking your knees out wide, hips to your heels. Taking a moment here and allow yourself to ground into the space, arriving back to your yoga practice. Let's start with 3 deep breaths. Take a big inhale through the nose. And take a long sigh out through the mouth, releasing all of the air out. Take an inhale, breathing in through your nose. Take an exhale, release out through the mouth. Last big grounding breath here. Inhale through your nose. Take a long sigh out through the mouth. Let's begin with some movement. As you breathe in, raise yourself up to a tabletop position. Wrists right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. As you breathe in, find cow pose, zip the belly down, shoulder blades back. As you breathe out, rounding your back, cat pose. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. 2 more with your own breath. Now on your inhale, find a neutral spine, neutral tabletop. From here, you're going to roll your hips in a circle towards the right. Noticing your breath as you move. As you circle the hips, go ahead and reverse those circles. Make your way back to a tabletop. Now move between 2 movements here. As you inhale, you're going to find up dog. Knees stay down, pushing your heart through. Chest is forward, hips press down. And as you exhale, make your way to a tabletop or child's pose, knees out wide. Good, now move with your breath. As you breathe in, up dog, your knees can stay out wide. Exhale, press back, tabletop or child's pose. Another option you can take is bring your heels towards your glutes. You'll find a deeper stretch on the hip flexors if you do this variation. Now moving with your own breath here. Inhaling for an up dog. Exhaling back to tabletop or child's pose. Go ahead and take one more round here. Let's meet in a child's pose. On the next breath in, slowly rise to a tabletop. We'll find some more movement with the hips here. Moving one breath, one movement as you breathe in. Extend your right leg out from your hip. As you breathe out, take your knee, place the knee right outside of your left knee. Good. Inhale, extend the leg out from the hip. Exhale, try to touch your right elbow to the right knee. It's okay if it doesn't touch, just find the movement towards the elbow. Good. Inhale, extend your foot out from your hip. Exhale, knee next to the other knee. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, try to touch elbow to knee. Very good. On your own here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your own. Good. And the next time that your knee touches your elbow, let's go ahead and right afterwards reset to a tabletop. Feel free to shake that out. Beautiful. Let's go to the other side. Start by extending your left foot out from the hip. Inhale here. Exhale, knee touches outside of the right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, try to touch elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee in line with the other knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Take a few rounds on your own here. Beautiful. And the next time that your knee touches your elbow, let's go ahead and meet and reset in a tabletop position. Great work. Now let's go ahead and bring the foot out in line with the hip, grounding your foot down towards the floor. Feel the stretch on the inner leg, the right inner leg. Option to stay here or option to bring your hips front back. Feeling a stretch on the inner part of the leg. Two more breaths. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring your foot in line, or knee in line with the other knee. Let's try the other side. Take your left foot out in line with your hip. Feel free to stay here as you ground the left foot down towards the floor, or maybe you bring your hips front back. Notice where you feel this stretch. Two more breaths. Let's reset in a tabletop position. Start by tucking your toes under. Lift the knees about 1 inch or 2 off the ground, tucking your tailbone under. Last breath here. Downward facing dog. Great work. Now we'll move into a flow here. As you breathe in, raise your right leg high into the sky. Find a 3-legged dog. Exhale, stack your hips on top of one another. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, take the knee in towards the chest. Ground your foot and rise to a warrior one. You can heel toe the right foot wider to create more space. Start with your hands onto your hips. Make sure that your hip points are pointing forward. Now, option to keep your hands onto your hips, shoulders down, or option to interlace the hands behind your back to help open up your chest. Maybe looking up towards the sky, bend through the front knee. Take a big inhale here. And then exhale, stay, or make your way to warrior one. Right shoulder on top of the right knee. Relax the back of your neck long. Let's take a few breaths here. Last 2 breaths if you're in humble warrior. Let's meet in a twisted runner's lunge. Take the left hand down in line with the right foot. Pop on the ball of your back foot. Raise your right leg high. Right hand high. Gazing up towards the hand. Stay here. Maybe you roll out your wrists, giving your wrists some love. Last 2 breaths. Bring both hands down inside of your right foot. Back knee comes down, lizard pose. You can untuck the back toes. Heel toe the right foot wide, even wider than your yoga mat maybe. Take a few breaths here, breathing into the hip flexor. Now, option to stay up on your hands, or maybe if the body allows, onto your forearms. Feel free to stay here, or maybe you pop up onto the hands. Right hand onto the right knee, helping to encourage open up your hips. Maybe gaze back behind you. Now, option to stay here, or option to bring your heel closer toward your glute. Stay here, finding that strength. Or maybe take your right hand, grab onto the foot, finding a quad stretch. And here it's okay if you're not grabbing onto the foot, just find the expression of reaching back. Twisted lizard. Last 2 breaths where you are. Slowly release the foot. Make your way back to center. Lizard pose. Take 2 breaths in lizard. Wonderful. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee, transition to high plank. Downward facing dog. Option is stay here or move through a vinyasa. Let's move into the other side now. As you breathe in, raise your left leg high into the sky. Breathe out, bend the knees, stacking your hips on top of one another. Inhale back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee in toward your chest. Inhale, plant the foot, rise to warrior one. Let's start with the hands onto your hips, making sure that your hip points are pointing forward. And trying to level out your hips so hip points aren't pointing down or up, but trying to level out those hips. Great. Now, option is stay here with your hands onto the hips, or maybe interlace the hands behind your back, making sure that you have the other thumb on top. Take a big breath here as you open up the chest. As you exhale, stay Or make your way to humble warrior. Left shoulder onto left knee. Relaxing the neck down towards the ground. Take 2 breaths where you are. Transition to twisted runner's lunge. Take the right hand down, left hand high, gazing up towards the left hand. Stay here. Maybe you rotate the wrist, giving the wrist some love. Notice where you feel the stretch. Last breath here. Transition to lizard pose, both hands down. Back knee comes down, heel to the left foot wide or as wide as your yoga mat. You can untuck the back toes. Option to stay up on the hands or option to drop down onto your forearms. Stay here or slowly rise up on your hands. If you're not on the hands already, take your left hand onto your left knee. Stay here as you help to encourage, open up the left hip. Maybe you gaze back behind you towards the back foot. Option to stay here, option to kick your heel towards your glute. Feel free to stay here, or maybe you grab onto the foot. It's okay if you're not grabbing onto the foot. Just find the expression of reaching back. Open up your chest. Two more breaths, noticing where you feel this stretch. If you're in twisted lizard, slowly bring your chest back to center. Both hands down towards the ground. 2 breaths in lizard pose. Good. Transition to high plank. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee, foot in line with the other foot. Downward facing dog. Option to move through Vinyasa or stay in downward facing dog. Great work. We just have one more standing sequence left. As you breathe in, raise your right leg high into the sky, 3-legged dog. Inhale, stack your hips on top of one another. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Inhale, knee in toward your chest. Breathe here. On your next breath in, ground your foot. Open up to a warrior 2. So start with your hands onto your hips here. In warrior 2, your hips are pointing towards the left side of your mat. It's okay if it's not perfectly towards the left side. Just find the expression of the direction of the hips towards the left. Hip points are leveled. And once you find that stability with the hips, arms out to a T, gazing past your front middle finger. Now we're moving 1 breath, 1 movement here. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, reverse warrior. Reach back. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale to a side angle. Inhale back to warrior 2. Exhale, reverse triangle. Reach back, feel that right side body stretch. Now inhale, make your way to triangle pose. Last 2 breaths in triangle. Hands onto the hips. Stack your torso on top of your hips, look to the front. Take a big step with the back foot to the front. Great work. Now from here, we'll go into a balancing pose. Start with grounding onto your right foot. Take your knee in line with your hip. Option to stay here working on the balance, or option to take the left hand onto the left knee, helping to open up your hip. Feel free to stay here. Maybe you find tree pose. You can bring your foot out into kickstand, in the calf, or into the thigh. Finding your tree, breathing as you find the balance. Last 2 breaths in tree pose. Slowly transition with both feet onto the floor to Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, raise the arms high into the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Take 2 breaths here. Plant your hands down, step back to a downward facing dog. Let's move to the other side. Lift your left leg high into the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knees, stacking your hips. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, take your knee in towards your chest. Ground your foot, rise up to a warrior 2. Start with your hands onto your hips, finding that alignment with your hips. And when you're ready, inhale, arms to a T. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, reverse triangle, reach back. Inhale, reach forward and find triangle. 2 breaths here. Slowly take your hands onto your hips. Stack your torso on top of your hips. Gaze to the front of your mat. Take a big step to the front. Finding your balance, Tadasana. And when you're ready, we're going to find tree pose. So start by rooting down the left foot. Take your knee in line with your hip. Option to stay here as you find the balance, or option take the right knee out. Bring the foot inside the ankle, kickstand, calf or thigh, finding that balance. Once the balance feels stable, maybe you take the hands in front of your heart, tree pose. 2 more breaths here. Slowly release the feet down towards the floor. Hinge at your hips. You can open up your legs as wide as the yoga mat, grounding your feet on the edges. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, bend through the knees. Find Malasana Yogi Squat. 2 more breaths as you elongate the spine. Go ahead and bring the hands down towards the floor. Grounding your feet onto the edges of your mat. We're going to find 90-90. So bring your knees in as you windshield wiper the legs, helping to open up your hips just a little bit more. 2 more breaths. Then start to make your way onto your back. Hugging your knees in, giving yourself a hug. Rocking side to side and finding a happy baby. Grabbing onto the outer edges of your feet. And slowly releasing into Savasana. And this is where I will leave you. Thank you so much for practicing with me on this hip focused vinyasa flow. I hope to see you in the next class soon. Thank you.